Who are we waiting on?
I think we're about to kick this thing off.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
so.
We're all here.
I
Mhm.
don't know if
I
y'all
didn't
were
know if
waiting
we
on
were
Barry.
waiting on Brandon or any. Yeah, Barry.
Okay. So I came up with a
I
question
can barely hear
that
Claire over there.
Clara,
we
can you
might
speak
Can
up,
you
please?
speak up, please?
Yeah, sorry.
Yell at us!
Uh,
There we go.
I came up with a question that I thought we might need to ask those higher up. Is if somebody is not a direct citizen of Los Santos, are they allowed to own property in
So
Los
they are
Santos?
not actually. Very specifically, yeah.
So Richie Cunningham's on that paperwork. He's not.
Ooh, hold on. Actually, I
Yeah.
didn't think of it.
Yeah.
We do have to wait for the new judicial opinion to come down for Kyle Perico, and different
Supposed to be
citizenship.
this week, right?
Supposed to be this week.
Okay.
The current information we have is that people that are not citizens of Los Santos cannot own businesses here, and we cannot own businesses there. I'm pretty sure is how it's
Yeah, 'cause, like
done.
if that is the case, then it just needs like a little shift in the paperwork, and then like it could be in Brandon's name. But
Doesn't Brandon Lee have another terrorism charge
Yeah.
or something?
Well, I was gonna say I didn't actually consider the fact. I didn't actually realize that he is a Cayo Perico citizen.
I don't know if terrorism defaults you from.
Oh, it 100%.
Oh, does it? Does it?
100% does. Yeah.
Absolutely. Terrorism can't even be expunged. It is.
Well, no, yeah.
It's one of those.
But the wording for business guidebook allowances is only, well, I mean, if you could actually prove Richie Cunningham's affiliations with a criminal organization, then that
Yeah.
would default him. Straight up.
Cunningham's terrorism charge was expunged due to
No,
that was just dropped.
His, yeah, it was thrown out because I proved that there wasn't enough evidence to. Yeah, it basically got it thrown out.
yeah. Which wonderful lawyerism on your part.
And I don't have the entire PD hating me.
Lawyery. Hey, if you need a place to hide, I've got a very remote house.
Oh Lord. Yeah, give me a second. I will
where
actually
you keep
follow
your
up on that
cocaine?
because I didn't actually consider the Cayo Perico citizen.
Take your
Yeah,
silence as
so
a yes.
I just want to get some clarification on that before things move forward there.
Well, we still have to have a meeting with Brandon and whoever else to clear up a lot of the other stuff. We haven't been able to get him in a
Elsa and
meeting yet.
Kobe.
I haven't seen Uncle. He's one of my students in flight instruction thing, and
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in about a week and a half.
Sounds about right.
We
It
might
was
need
fun.
to email the
from
two
him.
of them to work out a meeting time.
Yeah. Maybe they can come in next week.
Yeah, we
Monday,
can give
and
them the two
just
different
nail
meeting
it.
times, and they can pick one,
Yeah.
maybe.
And I feel like Kobe's schedule is more suitable for meeting in the afternoons or evenings.
Well, I think Kobe said he didn't have anything to do with it.
Kobe is. Yeah, I talked to him directly. He said he's got nothing to do with that. It's a completely new business adventure for whomever.
Yeah.
Adventure
Okay.
So
or venture?
apparently
Yeah, venture,
it's,
not
yeah.
adventure. I mean, it's going to be an adventure though.
Yeah, it's not an expansion. It's someone else doing it while also carrying the junk name.
You said doing it in junk in the same sentence. That's fucking hilarious.
You know what else is
My
hilarious?
apologies.
The picture I put in our council meeting.
It's like, why do I feel like somebody's gonna come up with a lawsuit about that later down the road?
About what?
All right, so a
Oh.
citizen in question of a Cayo Perico national. Yeah, basically they are not allowed to own any property in the U.S. mainland.
Currently,
Currently, now I don't know if this is the up. Problem is since I'm like I can see some stuff before it passes. I don't know if this is actually the old one or the new one.
It's the old one. It's the old one.
Okay.
I don't think he updated it or anything yet.
Gotcha. So yeah, currently, yeah, they can't own any property. Now, property, I don't know if they cannot own a company though.
There were stipulations about businesses.
yeah,
Let me double check on that. Then.
it's in a sentence in that page somewhere.
What's the search function? Like, control.
I can
Control
do
F.
something.
Control F.
Yeah.
You're welcome. You alright?
Cat. Yeah, I'm just thinking of cat T-shirts, dog.
If there's cat t-shirts.
Yeah, there's some new. I'll show you.
Oh,
a bit.
so
Hell yeah.
any
One of them's got
business
a
found
cat
to be
butt on it.
employing a foreign national who does not have a valid work permit shall be fined. I'll be honest, I doubt.
I mean, if
that
they
he
can't
will.
even work here, then I mean, if they got to have a work passport, visa, whatever.
Yeah,
it is
but
to
Uncle's.
even
Yeah.
work
Do you
here.
think Uncle's going to be quote unquote working?
No.
No.
But if he's owning a
He's
business, I
just
mean,
throwing the money.
But if he's but if he's
Yeah.
owning the business though, that's where the
Yeah.
problem. You know what I mean? That's where the
Yeah.
problem comes in.
because then you're working for the.
Yeah, it's under business
Business.
laws and work permits.
I mean, like, if Brandon was throwing it to him because of the terrorism charge, I mean, I understand that, but if he can't legally own the business or the property, then that's an issue for them.
All right. No Kaio citizen. Now this is straight from it with the work permits. No Kaio citizen may hold a job in the U.S. At a U.S. business. Businesses may be inspected for their employees' IDs, and should any be Kaio residents, and the business shall be fined. The business then has 24 hours to fire said citizen or be fined again. So it sounds like that's pretty much a hard no.
At least according to this one. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, so wait for them to come up with the new stipulations and then sit down and meet with them and bring that up.
That might, and the thing is, it could be if there's a new announcement with Cayo Perico, if it, if that does get pushed forward, it could be changed in it. I could sit down with Crane and talk with him, but as of currently, I think that this is as is.
Yeah, like I said, Crane's going to be working on this one, and he's supposed to be finalizing a redraft this week. Due to a number of things that have been kind of unclear and up in the air, I brought it forward,
yeah.
especially for import exports for said winery business and potentially this whole thing too.
Import export would be really nice for us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and with the
Which
visas
point,
and
Amy
everything
Rufus?
else. So the whole
I smoked weed with you once, man.
Hey, did you?
Yeah, we worked at Blaze It together, dog.
Oh yeah, we worked at Blaze. I don't think we ever smoked together though.
Oh shit, sorry about that.
I got a Jeffrey in my pocket if one of you want it.
Oh yeah, you want to smoke a Jeffrey?
Man, I'm sober, man.
Oh well.
I have 12 grapes.
Should you guys be in an altered state during the meeting, though?
No. I'm just not right now. No,
Seth
no,
spent
please
his
not.
whole mayoral term high. So,
Oh,
I think we're doing good.
Bag of cats.
So, all right. So, as far as officially with Junk Media,
Yeah.
Crane made a good point. Is that it is freedom of speech, but I still believe that they do have to have, since they're applying for a business license, they also have to be applying for event licenses as well. Correct?
Whoa.
Yeah,
Oh,
Crane
oh,
does want
yeah.
us to start. Well,
So
anywhere that's not
I-
on their like a business's own property,
Yeah.
the mayor's office will need to start handing out.
So.
fuck. Okay.
and,
good
and
to
the thing
know.
is the arena, from my understanding, was not there. I don't believe that it is owned by Junk itself, or I guess Junk Media at this point. So we may have to address that with Barry and have
I talked to
him.
My sister, who
push
is one of
that.
the owners of DA, and she said that Brandon and Cunningham would be basically managing the building, but it would be like a city-owned property. So they would have
Okay.
the keys.
So like
be
a business.
Yeah. Yeah, they'd have the keys and everything, but they don't technically like own the building. They're just,
Yeah, I
like,
think
controlling it.
the Maze Bank Arena infrastructural updates and stuff, and like different construction projects that are in there is like a separate entity from Junk Media. I don't think it's I think they'll be like operating out of there as much as their own studio, but I do not believe that like that's a thing that is going to be 100% part of their business. Like,
Well, and
they'll
that's
use
and
it
that's the
and
thing
do stuff
is
out of
is
it,
it
but like
y-
other,
yeah,
I'm
if they're
pretty
going to
sure
use it
other-
though. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm pretty sure any other business could sponsor and like use it for different events and other stuff like that.
Yes.
So,
that's the
and-
tips I got from Millie.
Yeah, and that's the thing is by the penal code, and this is where I come in because that's where I found it actually. They have to be having a business or an event license.
Yep.
If you want, I can run down that real quick.
Because yeah,
Yeah,
the
and
the
I
event
think that's
licenses are going to be
yeah.
needed
Yeah.
soon. I'm not sure if Crane's going to be putting out a judicial opinion on like specifics of locations. I just know any business that's not running things on their like own property or whatever will need one for sure.
Okay, so now whenever you say that on their own property, like I was just writing this
So if
down.
you have a
as I was
block
like,
party in front of your store, you wouldn't need an event permit, I don't think.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
what
yeah.
what if you've got like a catering truck and you're
I think
co-catering an event?
Yeah. I think
Then
that
you
if
wouldn't
you're
be hosting the
catering-
event. You would just
yeah.
be catering.
But,
And the person
Alright.
hosting needs to have the permit.
okay,
Well,
now
if
what if
you're,
a
have
business like?
catering- if it's like a food truck, I don't think you need an event license
Well,
for that.
let me be more specific then. I own the property down on the beach or lease whatever, and then we're using a government facility up on the hill, the winery that's currently up there. So when I say using, I mean I'm hoping that we could like host weddings, things like that up there, even though we don't technically own that property. Would we need a permit then?
You would not. The person hosting the wedding would need it.
But what if I was offering that as a service? Like you come to us, we'll we'll get the catering. Basically, it wouldn't necessarily be a business. It would be like we're the winery. We'll talk to
Until you-
local businesses.
All right.
Until you
so
own the building, I think you would need a permit.
event permits are necessary when hosting an event. This allows you to claim open space for a period of time to
Okay.
proceed with your event as you wish. In order to get an event permit, you must speak with the manager of the DOJ for a copy and to be notified of the fees in relation to such.
Yeah, I think they're
Okay.
transferring that to City Hall soon-ish.
Now,
But-
this also could be old information. I know Crane is going through all of because there were like multiple sets of the
Oh,
old
yeah.
penal code still
Yep.
kind of floating around. So,
I think
fair
that's
warning at
part of
least on
the-
that. I could be going through old shit.
Well, like I
Sorry if
said, I do know it's going to be switching to City Hall because him and I had a bit of a chat, and I told him that I had already done up a template for an event permit. I don't know about any fees or anything like that yet, but we do have like event permits ready to go. And it was kind of already a discussion during Seth's term because that's when I made the template. Well, Seth was mayor. But they weren't actually cracking down on anybody giving out or acquiring the event permits. But I do know soon they are going to be wanting people to have them.
And if it's in your question, I feel like it would be reasonable for them to, pay for the venue and still need the event permit for the thing since they're an outside source coming to your property. Is that
Only
sound right?
only one party needs the event permit.
Yeah.
As long
Well,
as
if-
someone
if
holds the
they're
event
having
permit
the-
for that.
Yeah, but if they're having the event on a property that they don't own, they would still need it and still need permission to use the venue, and however that's required.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
If I understand correctly. Brain not firing on all cylinders. Brain go burr.
How you doing, Lynn?
Just taking it all in.
Right?
Yeah, man.
Clear as mud?
Clear as day.
All right. So, as far as what do we have on the docket?
Okay, let's see.
Wolf was on there.
Okay, so
all right, I need to change that to Wednesday.
real quick about the penal codes, it is still a charge. I personally could not find it on the penal code sheet that I have, but Crane did just confirm that. So yeah, event permits are a thing. Yeah.
I feel like a lot of events took place and no one knew about permits.
It's kind of the problem where I come in because, like, my first week after I got my bar certification, I literally just sat down and went through the entire penal code and every case law and everything, and was like, "Hey, this is a problem."
So was that. What the?
Well,
Fire
water-
truck probably
no,
hit us.
Water may just break.
That's my socks ain't got no fucking water.
So does the event license apply to only businesses or does it apply to solo individuals? For example,
I
like
believe
racing?
solo individuals as well, and that where probably would cover racing.
All right.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm
Okay,
working on
we're
that
getting a little
triathlon,
off
so-
topic because
No, yeah, 100%,
event
yeah,
permits are
sorry.
not really our purview.
Yeah. Sorry,
and
sorry,
whether
sorry.
they need to get event permits or not isn't really part of like the actual business
I learned
dealings
something.
or proposals. They need to deal with City Hall for that.
I learned something, Melvin, so it's okay.
I just figured we should get back on track because it's almost
No,
been
no,
half an
no,
hour.
you're good. You're good. I'm on a tangent.
It's okay. Tangents are fun.
Alright.
I just want to keep it because I know you sometimes have.
They're
to
they're important. They're definitely important.
Oh yeah.
I'll be all right.
Look, it's discussions.
I learned
for later.
something. So
All right, Wolf.
Yeah.
What's the
Wolf.
news on it?
I talked to him, and I do have a few concerns, but I'll tell you what they're doing. Basically, they're a bunch of grinder kids out there running around, collecting everything they can collect, throwing it in a warehouse. 4 of them together, throwing it in a warehouse, all this kind of shit. They got a good inventory because they've been collecting, saving. They're selling to local businesses. They're trying to get contracts with local businesses, and from what I was talking to him about, it's mainly for giving them something to do. They're not trying to corner a market. They're basically selling off stuff, and they're trying to make contracts with businesses so businesses know they have something to count on, and they have something to count on. So they benefit each other. It's businesses are still going to buy from everybody. Prices are all going to be the same, so they're not really doing anything there. The only concern I had is he kept talking about our next step, and I'm like, okay, when are we get into event coordinating or whatever? So that's kind of like on their back burner. Their main thing right now is the inventory and trying to move it, from what I could gather. But yeah, if y'all have any questions, I'll do my best to answer with my notes that I do have.
So it's
I talked
basically a
to,
business for our workaholics.
What'd you say?
Somewhere for our workaholics to go, pretty much.
Yeah, but see, the thing is it's just going to be them, I believe. They're just mainly wanting to do this so they're legal for, and they're wanting to have a joint bank account. So they all, instead of having all their money kind of mixed up between them, they can.
Can't they have that?
They can do that now.
Yeah. I don't entirely see where they need a business permit to do what they're doing.
I mean, people have business permits for doing less.
that is true.
Just saying, you know.
Mm-hmm.
When I
People
talked
could
to-
literally go like, Socks was running her thing without a business permit.
She had a food permit, though.
There's a difference between a food license, whatever. I mean,
Well, yeah.
Butcher's Jerk Chicken, he doesn't have a business license, but he could definitely have one. Like, there's lots of things like that you can do without a business permit, but they're looking to pay extra taxes into the city for things that they're doing anyway. And
true.
I can say that Rising Sun has given a very high praise for it, because apparently they brought him $700,000 worth of scrap,
Oh wow.
Jesus.
and they bought it.
Wow.
I say, why not? Why not? What are we gonna lose about it? And if things start getting fishy or whatever, we can always, because I know some of you were concerned about different parts of like economic cornering.
So
What I mean,
I've already started noticing that has happened. I got with what the hell is his name? Weatherford. There was a guy today trying to see who he could sell materials to, and I said, well, normally the shops will be buying all the materials at $10 a pop. He said, no, the shops are no longer buying anything. They're good on their inventory. They don't want anything.
okay. I mean, any single person could do that. Also, I know that people were willing to give farmers a business license to do farming and sell to the restaurants.
I
And
miss those
also,
cowboys.
What's the difference?
If the shops
Me too.
aren't buying, there's always the materials buyer down at the docks.
Yeah, I get you.
I spoke to Kyrie yesterday. He said he liked the idea of those guys doing that business. His only concern was the amount they're grinding out. They're worried that like the average newcomer or
It's going to corner the
just
market.
solo-
It's going to saturate the market big time.
I looked at their books. They're pulling huge numbers. Like 700K is peanuts for them. That's one day's work for them.
I'll put it this way, like I have gone through many times where even without businesses like doing that, the market gets saturated at some point. Like the market gets saturated. I sat on a fucking truck a load of materials for a month and a half at one point. Way before now. So these things go up and down. I just don't know if we're being too hypercritical on something that we could just let go and do it anyway, because I'm like, why not? If the city can benefit from, getting taxes and stuff from it. Because they're doing it anyway.
Very true.
Fair point.
And we're always talking about how, like, well, wouldn't it be great if something took over this aspect of things? Or wouldn't it be great if someone took over this aspect of things? What if someone opened a bank? What if someone took over ammo sales? What if someone took over this? This is somebody and a group looking to take over something.
And if they already have the connections built up, I mean,
And to
Well-
be fair, there's lots of other things to do around town to make money besides, like, scrapping at the scrapyard.
mhm.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, I sat down with Percy as well over it. Yeah, he pretty much had no idea who the hell they even were.
Yeah, Percy's not up around the same times that they're about.
That's what I figured it was probably the situation. Because I mean, even I can hardly ever catch Percy.
Yeah. Yeah, Percy's up real late most times. I don't know. Like I said, it's up to majority and whatever, people want, but
Well, then shall we?
I think where I get hung up with Wolf is I don't see where it really brings anything new. I mean, it sounds like it's just a bunch of people with a warehouse who are looking to sell materials, and that's pretty much where that falls short.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. I own one of multiple restaurants, and we have 3 mechanic shops. Nothing new between any of those.
Well, no. I get that. I don't know. It's.
I'm
Like,
just playing the
I-
other side
I-
of it here. I'm just playing the other
No.
side.
I understand. I feel if they were also doing the farming side, you know what I mean? Like it. I don't know. I have my reservations about it.
Because I do know that a lot of the time, the mechanics, for quite a number of months, have had to spend, like, hours of their day up crunching materials at that scrapyard.
I mean,
Yeah,
to be
that's
fair,
true.
when I was working at Pent, that was the case. They
Yeah.
would go up there, but the main thing they were doing is converting the materials. The main thing that I think everybody's kind of got on their mind, or at least me, and I think Melvin at least, is
That's
the
fair.
fact of they have a warehouse full of stuff. So say each spot buys up and they buy up what they need, and then somebody new off the street comes in and they can't really sell anything for 2 or 3 days because the businesses are fully stocked because somebody's out there. I don't want to say controlling the market, but definitely,
Influencing.
influencing it.
I mean, we could honestly say the same thing about, if someone decided to grow their own weed and sell it for cheaper in larger quantities, then, blaze it.
I understand how that
I know.
could be, but
Yeah.
weed's illegal.
And does that stop anybody?
But why would they need a business permit?
No, but if they, did.
That's what I'm saying. They could go sell whatever they want to sell, but I mean, no matter what, give them a business permit or not, they're going to do what they're still going to do, and that's hold on their stuff, go sell it as
Yeah,
needed.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I mean, that's where I'm torn. I see what they're going for, but I also see the opposite side of the saturating everything out.
They didn't expound any further on the event planning when they
Yeah,
spoke to you.
that was part of their next step. Is I kept asking about the event planning. And they were talking about how they would want to get with local businesses, and like if somebody wants to do something, they would be the person that I would go tell them, and then they would go tell Mirror, and they would play the middle person. But I feel like it's a lot better if the person needing it just goes straight to Mirror.
That's what
Okay, I
was
guess my main thing is I
thinking.
don't know if I see a need fully for that part of it.
And maybe that's where my hang up is. If that was more expanded on, as far as, you potentially have contracts already set up, or you have a base work already set up, then that makes sense. But as right now coming to the table, what you have is we have a warehouse and a handful of people who are, filling the warehouse, and then that's it. And I don't really see what a business permit would change with it.
Suppose that would be a follow-up question. What are they aiming to do with the business permit? Is it just legitimacy?
Yeah, the legitimacy, from when I talked to them, legitimacy, a better way to, have contributions and things officially tracked, and then also to do their part and pay into the city through taxes.
Yeah, and as far as the business or the event planning goes, I feel like they have a hint of a plan, but nothing concrete. And like Tim said, like they're basically already doing what they would be doing with or without a business permit.
Kind of way I'm seeing it. They're going to do it regardless. It's just, and if it's, I didn't know about the bank things. You can go to the bank and open up, an account.
Oh, yeah.
just like
Oh, yeah.
make the account and add somebody who's awake with you. And I believe you can add whoever you want to a bank account. So they just need to take that money and put it in themselves instead of having it go directly to the bank.
All right,
Otherwise.
I'll spin another angle of it. Whether it's for or against, it's not really the point. But this, so if someone is going around setting up contracts for their group and basically operating as a business, if we do not issue them a business proposal, are we going to eventually have to give them a cease and desist for operating without a business license?
I would
Because-
say no.
Because when I was going to
because-
open the used car business, it's a warehouse. literally buying up cars. We started buying up cars, you know, out of our own money, buying and selling. We didn't need a business permit. It didn't change anything, you know, gave us like a small thing, but we could operate completely outside of it. But we have been operating illegally?
I wouldn't say so. But at
Previous
that point,
committees, it was a yes. I would have been operating illegally.
I how about this then?
I'm
Would
just
they?
giving that angle. Like that.
No, I understand, and let me take that another point with
For it.
that. Would they ever need access to the services app or anything? You know what I mean? Let's follow the same train of thought. Whereas with the used car business, you know, you get access to the. I mean, that's a huge thing. You get access to the services app. You get access to a government paycheck. Would that ever really? I mean, with the current business model that we see, is the services app even necessary at all for them at any point? And would it also justify a government paycheck kind of thing?
Yeah, there's the side on whether they need it or not, but then there's also the side of, do we want to open the can of worms where people would see that and they'd be like, oh, well, I can just open and operate my stuff and I don't need to get a business license. I can just start up and do it.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're right.
And then we have a whole bunch of unchecked businesses that have no line through the business committee at all or oversight through City Hall.
Which I feel like some businesses are already trying to do anyway.
They're trying to, which is a bit of an issue that we are stuck with because they just took it upon themselves to do it without like any government in place.
Yeah, so I definitely think that there needs to be a precedent set where that's regarded.
And a bonus for actually giving them a business license would mean the business committee and mayor's office would have the ability to like investigate and triage with them more. I feel
Yeah, and like
as
if
a potential.
we decide that they're expanding beyond their means or further lack, then we can step in and say, hey, if you want to keep the business license, you need to stop doing X, Y, and Z.
There's just a lot of shit to consider on a lot of sides with this thing.
Yeah, I think that the problem that one of the biggest things is it's very vague. I mean, I see what they're working with, but the proposal is itself very vague, and it doesn't really paint an exact picture of what they're going for.
Oh yeah, the proposal's straight crap, but word of mouth is clearing a lot of that up.
I gotcha.
Which maybe I should have chosen better words there, but you know.
I'm just keeping discussion points moving, basically, with it.
Oh, okay, all right.
Huh?
Nothing.
Oh, I was wondering if
Pager went.
Okay, I was wondering if your smartwatch buzzed or something.
No.
So do we want to get more information or are we ready to vote on them?
It's up to you guys.
I'm not really sure that.
I mean,
really
we can
sure what-
always, you know, kick more feedback and come back. I don't know. It's up to you guys. Can always
I
put your
think that
concerns
might-
down. Have Rufus go back to them.
I feel like that may be. Maybe I'll sit in. I'll sit in with Rufus. Rufus, what time did you meet with them last time?
It was on Saturday morning for me.
Fuck, it had to be Saturday. Okay,
Yeah.
I can't do this Saturday. I have a wedding.
I will say they are usually up and about a number of different days during the week, and they usually head to bed or head home as of like 20-30 minutes ago normally, so they're not up
Gotcha.
real late, but
Yeah.
I do see them around quite a bit. I mean, they would have to be.
So
you
yeah,
know.
you could just email
pulling
them
the
and
money they
set up a time. It doesn't have to be necessarily Saturday morning.
Yeah, I think I want to talk with them and try to hammer it out a little more.
Okay.
All right. So tabled.
Pinned.
All right. Anything else on the docket?
Do we want to open the Card Cafe can of worms tonight?
I'm up for it.
I'd like to at least like have all the current issues and concerns on the table so that we can get to thinking about it.
So I spoke with Ricky, of course. What day was that, Ricky? Monday, maybe Sunday? I think in the entire 2 weeks she was only open for 30 minutes.
Yeah, she was open for like a half an hour or something, like
Yeah.
earlier this week.
And I think I spoke with Rufus, and it was the fact that she absolutely refuses to hire anybody to do the card side of the business and will only have someone to do the food side of the business. And I kind of got a hang up with that.
It does feel like she's trying to, like, not prioritize. What is it? When you hold on to and take the bigger share, intentionally.
Lion's share, 100%.
Yeah, of sales, because like her food shit, she was giving out complimentary for a long time. Like she wasn't even charging for the food. She wasn't charging for the tea or the coffee or the cake for a long time.
I think the fact that, if you want the lion's share of the business, that's fine. And if you were if you were awake for say 30, 40 minutes a day running the business, that may be, another thing on its own. But it's the fact in like a 2-week period, that was it, 30 minutes.
Yeah,
That
I agree that's not enough time for business to be open. And if she wants to open it and operate it herself rather than hire employees to keep it open, then that's also another issue.
Yeah. Rufus, did you have anything else to say on it? Hello.
I feel like I've
sorry.
probably said most of my shit already, but it all comes down to where the hell is she? When is she open? Twice, 30 minutes every 2 weeks? I don't know.
Yeah, well said. And
So, do
she-
we want to? Oh, sorry, go ahead, man.
I was just gonna say, as far as her, the history of her business has gone, she's had a pretty sweet deal up until this point.
Mm-hmm.
Between her new location and not hiring employees and only being around like half an hour a week. I mean, eventually the gravy train comes to an end.
Yeah. So, do we want to consider putting out something that says either hire more employees to keep the business open, or keep it open yourself longer? Or
See, here's the thing. She tried to do that before, and she hired someone, but the person basically didn't stick around because all they were doing is there to sell food. No one was buying food because everybody's just doing the card thing. So that person either stopped coming around or whatever. But so if she does hire someone, she's not going to hire them to do the card thing. She's going to hire them just to sell the food that's not there.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
that's not the
that-
main part of her business, so if she's
Right.
not doing
So
that. Hey,
I-
look who it is.
Agreed.
I would feel that if that's the case, then that definitely needs to be looked at. Like, if you're going to be open and that's your main gist of business, we need
Either
more
show
time
up or
or more
close up.
employees. One of the two. Yeah, just whatever's going to help to keep the place open longer.
Yeah.
You look confused.
You all right, Crane?
Who are you?
We're the
Business
business committee.
council?
Committee?
Oh yeah, I forgot you guys exist.
I'm just a visitor.
Look, we left
Carry
you
on.
your chair so you can like
Not to see you
snort
too, Craig.
dander off the table. Look.
No, I don't want to invade your meeting. Carry on. I gotta go.
But Crane, I
was
need to
gonna
talk with you after this.
I was gonna say we actually have
said
some
that?
questions that would
I
concern
do.
you, or Melvin does
Several
for
of
sure.
us.
I do. Well, yeah, a couple of us do actually.
He's our
Like
Yeah,
after,
lots of
like you-
questions.
legal
like
expertise.
now or after the fact.
I mean, for once it'll be after this. But what was the other thing that we had?
Are you
The
busy?
business council or the
Beverly, you're trespassing. Get out.
Oh shit, there's people in here.
Huh?
You're trespassing. Get out.
Why? The door's
What-
open. How can it be
Uh,
trespassing?
That's not how.
Noted.
That's not how
Lock the door.
trespassing
Good
works.
work. Do good work. Don't shit the bed.
He means well, I'm sure. All right. Well, I'll be somewhere in this building.
Okay.
When you're done, then you need me.
okay.
Check the courtroom.
Okay.
Craig.
Bye. Love my trench coat, by the way.
Jesus Christ.
What a guy. Fortuitous though.
So what power? All right, what power do we have going forward with Card Cafe? Is it just a, hey, sort your business out by X date?
We might need to have like, be able to go with concrete points to
Yeah.
her and be like, these are the issues, and these are the concerns we have in relation to, boom, boom, boom of our authority.
Yeah.
I definitely think that having a concrete date would help with motivation.
Well, yes, absolutely. Some of the other issues, I know this was the decision of the last assembly, but they did okay her expansion and building requests, even though she doesn't technically meet the requirements, I guess, for the higher level of business. But like I said, the previous assembly voted to okay it based on the fact that she has had that business for a long time. I believe was one of the things. It was, if we can't give, such and such to one of our more long-standing businesses, like blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
Um,
I'd rather go on results other than and not seniority.
Yeah, this is one of the things I'm actually trying to address in my rewrite of, or my amendments, suggestions to the guidebook, is setting not just, benefits to a higher status, but also setting requirements to be able to be pushed up to that status.
Agree.
Because kind of how the business book reads is that, hey, you can be this, but it doesn't set requirements to moving up. And it's, yeah, I'm trying to rewrite it so there's also requirements and
Clarity.
drawbacks to both sides of it. You get the extra stuff, but you pay more, blah blah blah, and you have to meet certain criteria. I am trying to move that way, so I don't think there's anything we can do now about her being moved up in status, but I am using it as a learning curve, I guess, for how I'm trying to rewrite bits of the guidebook, which you guys can read in your own time. I'm not going to bother with it at this meeting. because we're going a bit long. Oh, what was it? What was one of the other points that you guys had talked about? Oh, her advertising buybacks.
What is that?
Nicole
Buyback.
advertising buybacks
Ah, right.
of the
Oh,
binders.
that's a Senate
Um,
thing, right? I mean, they knew about it when they built that business up.
Yeah, but she's advertising it as buybacks and she's making profit acting as a middleman, and she
Now,
is
yeah,
not paying
if
for
she would-
those binders.
Right.
So
and
how is
she's
she-
taxing people 10% per binder. On
Yeah,
that, yeah.
she's forcing being a middleman, and she is, I don't want to say scalping, but like
I definitely think that should come out of the.
if
business
she's
budget.
advertising it as buybacks, in my mind, if you're advertising a buyback, it means your business is buying it back out of your business's money as an incentive for people to buy more cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not having
Double
a
dipping.
third
Not a
party
resale.
buying it, paying you money, and paying out the seller.
So rather than scalping, it's more of a double dipping
Well,
kind of thing.
sort of, yeah.
Mhm.
Because she's
'Cause
getting
she's-
money for selling the cards.
Mm,
She's
and then getting
also
money off of
getting
the- yeah.
money without any loss from people selling their binders.
Mm. Oh yeah, that needs to be addressed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So unless she can, prove me wrong, because that is the assumption I'm under, if she proves me wrong and shows me where, I can prove that her business is paying for those binders to get the binders back to, push sales, then, which I would think her price points would be, I haven't done the math. I haven't done the math on the price points. But like, there should be incentive. I don't know. I just have a problem with calling it buybacks and then you're not actually paying for it. Someone else is buying it, not buying it back. Someone else is just buying it, and you're making money off both your card sales and the binders.
Yeah. Well, hey, handsome.
Jesus Christ, you changed your hair again. What the fuck?
Is that Percy?
Barry.
No, it's
Hey, Barry.
Barry.
Oh, hey, handsome.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm gonna need
Wait,
you
no,
to
that's
stick around
Chris.
after the meeting. I gotta have a little word with you. I think we got some
Yes.
stuff rising up.
And
in the
Melvin.
fucking
I think we got a lot of stuff rising up.
Yep. Yes, we do.
Yes, we
and
do.
you were there, so I
No
need
comment.
I
you to
was
stick
there.
around. Anyway, as for the meeting here, what else we got on the stuff here?
I am gonna need to bounce out.
All right. So, do you want to table everything else for Monday?
I'd be fine with that.
I could probably carve out more time on Monday to stick around if it runs over.
Yeah, we kind of ran over.
All right.
Okay,
I think
so
we covered a lot of great topics today.
Okay. Just before we go. Okay, so Melvin and Rufus are going to be trying to follow up with Wolf Incorporated. And
Yes.
let's see, for Junk Media, I know, Melvin, that you were planning to head that anyway because you have contacts with both Richie Cunningham and Brandon Lee. How about you and maybe Lynn? Maybe the two of you could try and wrangle the two of them?
So
Yeah.
I have reached out to Richie and I haven't gotten anything back from him throughout last week. Now with this coming to light, the fact, because I didn't even realize that they couldn't own property.
Citizenship was an issue. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't aware that he was a Cayo Perico citizen. So that being said, that has to be addressed basically before anything else, because if you simply can't own business and you can't own land, then everything else going forward doesn't matter. And we know that Brandon can't because of the terrorism charge.
So I was thinking maybe the two of you could spearhead that one.
I'm down
Yeah.
for that.
I'll work on spearheading with City Hall and Barry here to make sure that approved proposals have a main line to moving up the chain and onward. Because that was another thing, point of I was just going to do in the business meeting. We just figure out that. And then Rufus, I know you have plans of potentially a video about the business committee.
Yeah, at some point,
Potential
yeah.
thoughts, whatever. That could feed back into my suggestion about us having a bit of informational blurb on, you know, the business committee, what it's doing, how we're planning to do it. Maybe you and Clara could headline that because she's great with PR, writing stuff up. You guys could triage together, maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
It just breaks things down into smaller projects for each of us, so it's not like overwhelming for everybody.
Absolutely.
All right, those are the only other things I wanted to make sure we had like plans for, whether we got it done tonight or not. As long as we have plans for moving forward.
All right.
Yep.
Sounds good to me.
All
All right, you go track down Crane.
Thanks for letting me be part of
something
this.
just hit,
I-
and it's
I
much
appreciate
bigger
it.
than what I thought.
Uh-oh.
Thanks for letting me observe. Sorry if I spoke if I wasn't supposed to. But
No, you're good.
this is my first meeting. It was cool. This is
Yeah,
this
we're
is
gonna
fun.
start probably inviting more of the businesses in here.
Let's step over here.
Yeah.
Who dares aggravate my? Who
Very
dares
good, Cassie.
my door? What the heck is this?
We need Barry.
Who's in here?
Barry-
Yeah, Barry.
Oh,
Barry, we
I
need
think
you
said
over
the
here,
cor-
Pen.
Barry, we need you.
No, I want
Barry-
you to go to my office. I want you.
Okay.
I was gonna say
I gotta
Barry's
do this
office is
the
over
other
here.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Son of a bitch.
No.